Good morning everyone, it's Noelle here from The Simple Physio, and today we're going to walk through a quick 10-minute Pilates class that you can do at home, specifically for low back pain, but is suitable for beginners as well. So let's start by lying right back onto our backs, knees bent and hands either side of our rib cage. We're going to start by bringing our attention to our breathing. So we're going to take a big deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. I want you to feel those hands rise as we're breathing in and fall as we're breathing out. So we're really focusing on getting those hands to expand and fall. And it's really that rib cage we're looking for that movement from. So big deep breath in and pursing the lips as you blow out. Now we're going to practice syncing those breaths to some pelvic tilts. So moving those hands down to either side of our hips. We're going to start by arching our back all the way up, breathing in, slowly flattening that lower part of our back into the mat, breathing out. So breathing in as we're arching up, breathing out as we're arching down. And we're just moving through that movement. It's only coming from our pelvis here, so bum shouldn't be lifting off the mat. It's just that pelvic tilting we're looking for. And when we're doing our exercises, we want to be somewhere in between, in the middle here, so not with our back completely flat against the mat, but not completely arched either. So last one, arching all the way up and slowly flattening that back into that mat. Well done. All right, coming into a neutral spine, we're going to expand our hands out to the side into a T shape, bringing our knees together and letting them fall all the way out to the side. So we're looking for that back rotation here, so don't be afraid to rotate through that lower back. And we're just alternating from left to right. So letting those knees fall as far as they'll go either side. From one side back to center and to the opposite. Well done. Moving through a few more, all the way out to the side, getting that rotation in and swapping to the other side. We're getting that back nice and warmed up, just focusing on mobility to start with. Falling out to the side, bringing it back to center and falling to the other side. Well done. All right, we're coming back into center now. And we're going to crawl our feet out to the very edge of our mat. We're going to go into some windshield wipers, so slowly letting one knee fall in towards the midline and then alternating between left and right. So this is good for our hip mobility. We want to get everything nice and warmed up before we go into the main part of our exercises. So slowly, one knee at a time, trying to let it fall as far as it'll go. If you can get down as far as the mat, great. If you can't, just go as far as you can. All right, there's no pressure. Well done. One at a time, slowly in and swapping each leg. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to bring our arms down. We're lengthening through our legs so that we're in a flat line to begin with. And then we're going to bring one knee right up to chest. So we'll start with our right, hugging it in, letting it fall down and swapping to the other side. So we're just giving a big stretch, but we're not holding it here. We're keeping it dynamic. Pulling all the way in, letting it fall and swapping between each leg. Well done. Pulling right in and swapping. Excellent. We're going for one more on each side before we progress this exercise. So pulling right in, squeeze, left, right in, squeeze, and now we're going to make it a little bit harder. So we want to just rest the foot slightly on the mat, bringing the opposite leg to chest. Well done. And we're not letting it rest down between each, so we're hovering over that mat. Excellent. And it's a little bit quicker than the last one. Well done. All right, now we're going to progress it again by lengthening through one leg. We're going to go into a little bit of a hamstring stretch, so we're reaching on to grab just above the knee and pulling that leg up towards our head, and we're swapping between each side. Now how we're going to progress this again is by not letting that leg rest completely on the mat. So you can see that we're just hovering, all right, and swapping between each leg. So it's not resting in between each rep if you can. Now if this feels too uncomfortable, keep the rest in. That's absolutely fine. Now, when it comes to back pain, we want to strengthen all the surrounding musculature. So one of the main muscle groups that help to support the spine are our glutes. So what we're going to move into now is some glute bridges. All right, so we're going to start lying back, but we're going to peel all the way off of the mat. All right, so we're going to peel up, squeeze the glutes, and then slowly lower down. Think of yourself peeling up one vertebrae at a time. So it's not a very quick movement. We're going nice, slow and controlled. Well done. Peeling all the way up, squeezing the glutes at the top before lowering the whole way down. Excellent. Going again. All the way up, squeeze and lowering down. Now on the next one, as we're peeling all the way up, we're going to pause at the top and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pulse. 4, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower all the way down. Good job. All right, we're going to slowly move over onto our 4-point kneeling. However is comfortable to get into that position is absolutely fine. Hands and knees onto the mat. We want shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. And we're going in for some donkey kicks. All right, so lifting that right leg all the way up, squeezing the glute at the top, keeping that 90-degree angle in that knee at all times. Good. So we want to keep a neutral spine. Pretend that there's a wine glass sitting on your back. You're trying not to let that wine spill out of that glass. Well done. And lower and lift. Excellent. Well done. Lifting and lower. All right, we're going to progress it slightly. So when we lift on that next one, we're going to lengthen through the leg, bending it back in and down. So your lift, lengthen, in and down. Lift, lengthen, in and down. Lift, lengthen, in and down. Good work. Lift, lengthen, in and down. Good job. All right, we're going to do the same again, other side. So just starting with those donkey kicks, lifting that opposite leg, lowering down to the mat. And we're keeping that 90-degree angle at the knee at all times, squeezing that glute when you get to the top. Good job. So trying to maintain that neutral spine, remembering that wine glass, you're trying not to let that spill. Well done. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Well done. Not forgetting to squeeze that glute at the top, and then we're going to go into our leg lengthens. So lifting, lengthen, in and down. Lifting, lengthen, in and down. So just bring your attention to your spine for a second. Has it tilted up? Have your hips tilted up? Trying to correct it yourself as best you can. Well done. Alrighty, coming down, we're going to go into some back mobility. So arching all the way up and arching all the way down, running through some cat-cows. So as we arch up, we want to tuck our chin under. As we arch down, we want to look straight ahead. So it's similar to our pelvic tilts that we did at the start. We want to get the pelvis into this movement. All the way up, all the way down. Excellent. Really good work. We're going to move through 2 more. Arching all the way up. Arching all the way down. Last one. All the way up and down. Okay, coming into a neutral spine, so not all the way arched or all the way down. We're going to start into some upper limb lifts. So we're just keeping that neutral spine, lifting one hand at a time. We're still remembering that wine glass here, so we're keeping it balanced as best we can. We're going to add in the opposite leg. All right, so as you lift that arm up, we're going to lengthen through that opposite side. Excellent. Good. And this is really good for the core. So we should feel it working in at the core here. It is going to throw off your balance. That's absolutely fine. Just trying to maintain that movement as best you can. Now on the way in, we're going to bring that elbow to knee. So you're lifting up, bringing that elbow to opposite knee, back to where we were and lowering down. Excellent. All the way up, bringing elbow to knee, lengthening and down. Good job. Going for one more on each side. All the way out and down. Lifting, last one, all the way in, lengthening and down. Good work. Okay, we're just going to come into a little cool down here. So lifting those arms out in front of us, leaning the hips all the way back into child's pose. And we're just holding here. So getting as deep as you can, but whatever is comfortable. Okay, so only as comfortable as you can go. Just taking some nice deep breaths as we're holding that pose. And then we're going to slowly bring our hands all the way out to the left and lean into that side. Excellent. Holding, not forgetting our breathing here. And then slowly bringing the hand to the opposite side, leaning into that opposite side. Good job. Not forgetting our breathing. Nice big deep breath in and out. Good work. We're going to finish off here with some belly breathing. So get into any position that is comfortable. I'm coming into a nice cross-legged position, sitting nice and high. Going to place one hand on the chest, one under the tummy, and we're taking a big deep breath in through the nose, trying to feel that lower hand fill all the way out as far as you can as you're breathing in, and then falling down as you're breathing out. So we're trying to fill that belly as much as you can. A little bit different to our breathing that we did at the start. Last big deep breath in and out. Well done. That's you finished. Good work, guys. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next.